Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're looking at a modern coin that not only tells a powerful story from the past, but has also become a treasure in the world of coin collecting. That's right, we're diving into the 2015 Saratoga quarter from the America the Beautiful series. Now, this isn't just another piece of pocket change. A few of these coins, because of rare and surprising mint errors, have turned into valuable finds that collectors are eager to get their hands on. And if you have one, it could be worth far more than just 25 cents. Let's start with the coin's powerful design. The Saratoga quarter commemorates the turning point of the American Revolution, the 1777 British surrender at the Battle of Saratoga in New York. The image on the coin is striking, a British sword being handed over to an American officer. It's a symbol of victory, diplomacy, and a moment that helped change the course of American history. But what makes this coin even more exciting for collectors are the errors that appeared during production. The small mistakes that transformed an ordinary minting run into a treasure hunt point. One of the most talked about errors is the double die. This occurs when a coin is struck more than once with a slightly shifted die, creating a ghost-like doubling of the image or lettering. On the Saratoga quarter, doubling has been reported on the words Saratoga, British surrender 1777. And even the details of the hands and sword. These are incredibly rare and instantly raise a coin's value. Another error to watch for is the off-center strike. These coins were not aligned properly during the minting process, causing part of the design to appear too far to one side, or even cut off. Some of these Saratoga quarters show incomplete sword handles or missing parts of the hand, and the more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. Then there are coins struck on the wrong planchet. That's when the quarter design ends up on a blank mint for a different denomination or foreign coin. These mistakes are extremely rare, but when they happen, they create collectible pieces that are one of a kind. Collectors also look for die cracks or cuts, where part of the metal shifts or breaks during minting, causing raised bumps, blobs, or missing features. Even small die breaks in unique locations can spark big interest if the coin is in excellent condition. Speaking of condition, that's one of the biggest factors in a coin's value. A rare error is exciting, but if it's paired with an uncirculated or mint state grade, its worth can skyrocket. That's why so many serious collectors send their coins to professional grading services. The right label can mean the difference between a nice find and a life-changing one. What makes the Saratoga quarter so intriguing is how recent it is. This isn't an antique coin from the 1800s. It's a modern coin, barely a decade old. That means it could be sitting in your wallet, hiding in a coin jar, or handed to you as change without you even knowing that. Oh, how do you know if you've got a special one? Take your Saratoga quarters and examine them closely. Look at the lettering, the hands, the sword, and the edge. Use a magnifying glass if you can. Anything that looks odd, doubled letters, strange textures, missing details, could be the sign of an error coin. And now, the question you've been waiting to hear the answer to. How much could one of these rare Saratoga quarters actually be worth? Well, one verified error coin in pristine condition, with dramatic doubling and perfect preservation, once sold for a jaw-dropping total of 87,000 United States dollars. That's right. A simple quarter, minted in 2015, turned out to be worth $87,000 because of a rare and accidental mistake. That's the beauty of coin collecting. History, mystery, and hidden value all in one. Next time you're counting your change, don't overlook the coins from just a few years ago. One of them could be the surprise of a lifetime. Top 2, we're uncovering the fascinating story behind the 2002 Louisiana state quarter, a coin that, at first glance, might seem ordinary but has become a true collector's dream thanks to some rare and valuable mint errors. This quarter is part of the famous 50 state quarters series, which celebrated each state's unique identity through powerful imagery on their coins. Louisiana's design features a beautifully detailed pelican feeding its young, a symbol of the state's wildlife and the nurturing spirit embodied in its state motto, Union, Justice, and confidence. It's a coin that tells a story of pride, resilience, and heritage. But for coin collectors, the real excitement isn't just in the design. It's in the mistakes that made some Louisiana quarters extraordinarily rare. When coins are minted, hundreds of thousands are produced daily, and sometimes, errors slip through quality control. These errors can turn an everyday coin into an incredible find that collectors chase around the world. One of the most famous and sought-after mistakes on the 2002 Louisiana quarter is the double die error. This happens when the coin is stamped twice, but with a slight shift between strikes, creating a shadow effect or doubling of the letters and images. On the Louisiana quarter, you might spot doubling on the state name or even on the delicate feathers of the pelican. These details, when magnified, reveal a ghostly second image, a tiny imperfection that can make a coin worth thousands. Another eye-catching error involves off-center strikes. When the coin isn't properly aligned in the press, part of the design can be cut off or shifted. Some Louisiana quarters show the pelican's beak or wings partially missing due to this misalignment. These off-center strikes vary in severity, and the more pronounced the shift, the more valuable the coin tends to be. There are also planchet errors to be aware of. Planchets are the metal blanks used to strike coins, and occasionally, a quarter is minted on the wrong planchet, perhaps one intended for another denomination or even a foreign coin. This kind of rarity can make a Louisiana quarter stand out significantly in the collector market. Adding to the allure are die cracks and cuts, small defects caused by damage to the minting dies that result in raised lines or missing portions on the coin's surface. These subtle imperfections can turn an ordinary coin into a one-of-a-kind piece that's highly prized by enthusiasts. So, how can you tell if your Louisiana quarter is one of these rare treasures? First, inspect the coin closely, ideally under good light or with a magnifying glass. Look for doubled letters, especially on the words Louisiana and Union, Justice, and Confidence. Check the pelican's features for any signs of doubling or distortion. Also, see if the design looks perfectly centered or if any part seems missing or cut off. Condition also plays a crucial role in the value of these quarters. While an error can boost a coin's worth, collectors pay top dollar for coins in mint condition, those that show no wear and retain their original luster. If you suspect you have a rare error quarter, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded to confirm its authenticity and condition. Now, here's the big reveal. Just how valuable can these rare Louisiana quarters get? One exceptional Louisiana quarter, featuring a dramatic double die error and preserved in near-perfect condition, once sold for an astonishing $85,000 United States dollars. That's right, $85,000 for a coin that most people see as just a simple 25-cent piece. Next time you find a Louisiana quarter, remember to take a closer look. You could be holding a piece of history and a fortune all in one. Top 3, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing coins in the United States 50 State Quarters series, the 2000 Maryland State Quarter. At first glance, it looks like any other quarter, but if you look closely, you might be holding a hidden gem worth far more than its face value. The Maryland Quarter celebrates a state rich in history and symbolism. On the reverse side, you'll find Maryland's state flag, intricately detailed with its famous heraldic banner, one of the most visually striking designs in the entire 50 State Quarters collection. This quarter captures Maryland's identity beautifully, making it a favorite among collectors for its artistry and meaning. But what truly elevates this coin's status in the collecting world are the rare minting errors that appeared during its production. These errors have transformed some Maryland quarters into prized collector's items, drawing significant attention from numismatists worldwide. One of the standout errors is the double die variety. This occurs when the coin's design is struck twice with a slight misalignment, creating a doubled image or text. On the Maryland quarter, collectors have found doubling on the state name and the intricate lines of the flag's design. This doubling is subtle but detectable with a magnifying glass, and it can significantly increase the coin's value. Another error that makes the Maryland quarter rare is the off-center strike. When the coin isn't perfectly aligned during minting, part of the design gets cropped, making the image appear shifted or incomplete. Some Maryland quarters show portions of the flag cut off, creating a fascinating error that collectors love. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Planchet errors are also part of this coin's allure. A planchet is the blank metal disc before it's stamped into a coin, and sometimes quarters are struck on the wrong planchet, perhaps one intended for a different denomination or metal composition. These mistakes are incredibly rare, but turn an ordinary quarter into a unique collectible. You might also find die cracks and cuts, raised lines, or missing sections caused by damage to the minting dies. These flaws create distinct textures or blemishes on the coin's surface that collectors highly prize for their uniqueness. For those wondering how to spot these errors, start by carefully examining your Maryland quarters with a magnifying tool under good light. Check for doubled lettering, especially around the words Maryland and Liberty. Look closely at the detailed flag design for any signs of doubling or irregularities. And don't forget to inspect the coin's edges and overall centering. Even a slight misalignment can mean a valuable error. Condition matters a lot when it comes to value. Coins that have been circulated heavily are worth less than those in pristine, uncirculated condition. That's why professional grading by experts is often the final step for collectors looking to confirm a coin's authenticity and grade us. Oh, how much could a rare Maryland quarter with these kinds of errors really be worth? Here's the exciting part. One exceptional Maryland quarter, featuring a sharp double die error and maintained in flawless condition, sold for a staggering 83,000 United States dollars. Yes, you heard that right. $83,000 for a coin that most people think of as just 25 cents. This goes to show that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hiding in the smallest, most unexpected places. The next time you come across a Maryland quarter, take a closer look. You might just be holding a fortune. Top for we're uncovering the story behind the 2002 New York State quarter, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors everywhere for its fascinating design, intriguing errors, and incredible value. New York's quarter is more than just a 25-cent piece. It showcases the Statue of Liberty, one of America's most iconic symbols of freedom and hope. The coin's reverse design beautifully captures Lady Liberty's torch, illuminating the path toward liberty for millions of immigrants and citizens alike. The intricate details and powerful symbolism make this quarter a standout in the 50-state quarter series. But what really makes the 2002 New York quarter stand out in the collecting world are the minting errors that turn some of these coins into highly sought-after rarities. These errors are like nature's way of creating one-of-a-kind art. Unexpected, unique, and valuable. One of the most significant errors collectors look for is the double die variety. This occurs when the coin is struck twice, but the second strike is slightly misaligned. The result? A doubled image or lettering that's especially noticeable around the words New York and the details of the Statue of Liberty's crown and torch. This doubling is subtle, but once spotted, instantly tells you you're holding something special. Another fascinating error is the off-center strike. When the coin isn't properly aligned in the minting press, parts of the design can be cut off or shifted dramatically. Some New York quarters have been found where the torch is missing or portions of the statue are cropped. These off-center coins come in varying degrees, with the most extreme ones commanding the highest prices due to their rarity. Planchet errors also add to the intrigue. Occasionally, a quarter may be struck on a planchet intended for another coin or made of the wrong metal composition. These planchet errors are exceedingly rare, but make any affected coin a prized possession for collectors. Adding to the list are die cracks and cuts, imperfections caused when parts of the minting die break or chip during production. These flaws result in raised lines or missing areas on the coin's surface, creating textures and shapes that are unique to each error coin. Collectors eagerly seek out these subtle quirks as signs of authenticity and rarity. If you want to see if you have one of these valuable coins, it's all about the details. Grab a magnifying glass and inspect your New York quarters closely. Look for doubled letters, especially in the state's name and the phrase E pluribus unum. Examine the Statue of Liberty's torch and crown for any signs of doubling or missing elements. Also, check the coin's centering. Anything off by even a millimeter could be a significant off-center strike error. Condition is another huge factor. A rare error in a well-worn coin won't fetch nearly as much as one that's uncirculated and perfectly preserved. That's why many collectors send their coins off to grading services to get an official certification of their coin's condition and authenticity. The right grade can turn a hidden error into a jaw-dropping find. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. How much can a rare 2002 New York quarter actually be worth? One extraordinary example, featuring a dramatic double die error combined with pristine condition, once sold for an unbelievable 81,000 United States dollars. Yes, that's $81,000 for a single quarter. This shows how coins, even those minted just a couple of decades ago, can hold enormous value when rarity and condition align. The next time you get a New York quarter, take a moment to inspect it closely. You might be holding a fortune without even realizing it. Top 5. We're diving deep into the story behind the 2006 Nebraska State Quarter, a coin that seems ordinary but hides secrets that make it a highly prized collector's treasure. For all coin lovers out there, listen carefully, because what you're about to learn could change the way you see those quarters forever. The Nebraska quarter is part of the renowned 50 State Quarters program, which captured the spirit and identity of each state with unique and meaningful designs. Nebraska's quarter is no exception. On the reverse side, it features Chimney Rock, a striking natural monument that guided pioneers westward during the Great Migrations. The soaring formation symbolizes courage, hope, and the adventurous spirit that shaped American history. It's a design that tells a story of determination and discovery, making it one of the more compelling quarters in the series. But what makes the 2006 Nebraska quarter truly captivating for collectors isn't just its design. It's the rare mint errors and varieties that have turned some of these coins into incredibly valuable finds. These minting errors are fascinating because they're not planned. They're the product of unexpected mistakes at the mint that create unique coins sought after by collectors worldwide. One of the most exciting errors to look out for on the Nebraska quarter is the double die error. This occurs when the coin's design is struck more than once with slight misalignment, causing a doubling effect on the images or lettering. On the Nebraska quarter, this doubling can appear on the words Nebraska or the year 2006, and sometimes even on the edges of Chimney Rock itself. When seen under magnification, the doubled lines give the coin a ghostly, layered look that's impossible to replicate. This subtle imperfection can multiply the coin's value many times over. Another type of error that adds to the rarity of the Nebraska quarter is the off-center strike. Sometimes, during minting, the coin isn't perfectly aligned, causing part of the design to be cut off or shifted. Off-center strikes on Nebraska quarters might show only part of Chimney Rock or miss sections of the inscriptions. The more extreme the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin, especially if it's in good condition. Planchet errors also play a role in creating collectible Nebraska quarters. The planchet is the metal blank before the coin is struck, and if a quarter is minted on a wrong or defective planchet, such as one with the wrong metal composition or size, it becomes a rarity. These planchet errors are highly prized by collectors who love finding coins that defy the ordinary. Die cracks and cuds are other fascinating features that collectors search for. These happen when parts of the coin's die become damaged or chipped during production, creating raised lines, blobs, or missing sections on the coin. These imperfections make each affected coin one of a kind and add a layer of character that appeals deeply to collectors. If you're wondering how to spot these errors, here's a tip. Carefully examine your Nebraska quarters under good lighting and with a magnifying glass. Look closely at the lettering. Does it appear doubled or blurry? Check Chimney Rock for any signs of doubling or distortion. Notice whether the design seems perfectly centered or if part of it is missing or off to one side. Condition is crucial when it comes to valuing these rare quarters. A mint condition, uncirculated coin will always be worth more than one that's worn or damaged. That's why many collectors choose to get their coins professionally graded and certified. This not only confirms the coin's authenticity, but also significantly impacts its market value. Now, here comes the part every coin lover has been waiting for. How much can a rare, error-filled Nebraska quarter actually fetch on the market? An extraordinary Nebraska quarter featuring a pronounced double die error in pristine condition has been known to sell for an astonishing 77,000 United States dollars. Yes, that's $77,000 for a single 25-cent coin. This example perfectly illustrates how something so small can hold an incredible story and unimaginable value when rarity and condition combine. So the next time you're flipping through your pocket change, take a moment to really look at those Nebraska quarters. You might just be holding a hidden treasure if you enjoyed this fascinating journey into the world of rare coins. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay updated on more amazing coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.